So what's next? Well, Steve Bannon was talking about this and others, and I was having a conversation about this with some people the other day. In order for these people to actually face accountability, a certain number of things needs to happen to bring them down to our level, down to a regular citizen level, before any investigations or even beyond that, any charges get filed. Remember what they did to Donald Trump in order to try to put him in jail. They tried to literally bring him down to, a civilian level with no money. They tried to take all of his money. They tried to change the law so they could create felonies and charge him with fake felonies and all this other stuff. There was a process in which they had to go to. Well, the same thing goes for these people. Now that the security clearances have been yanked, there's a few steps that they can do. And I just want to ramble these off real quick.
Welcome back, Warriors. This is me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Democrats could really be going to prison. And I mean for real this time. There's the process, but we're going to talk about that today on Chat With Me, Linda B. But before we do, don't forget to smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the all notifications so you never miss the video that I post. Now let's get into it. I'm going to share this video clip with you in just a moment. But I want to just say a lot of you have been expressing your frustration over the fact that when are these people actually going to prison? Would anyone ever actually be held accountable for their crimes? I mean, you've got people like Hillary Clinton. Oh, you've got Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, people that have relentlessly gone after President Donald J. Trump and really looks like they made up things allegedly, just manufactured false evidence to really go after their political opponents. But there's a process by which you have to, first of all, take away someone's security clearance. There's steps in place, like they tried to do with President Trump, tried to bring him down to the level of a regular citizen. Well, he's doing that to them. You already know he's taken away the security clearances of certain people. Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Biden and his whole family, Liz Cheney, Kinzinger, and others. I want to share this clip with you from LFA. Let's watch.
Hey, everybody, Jeremy Harrell here, LFA TV. Look, I just got back from my trip to New Hampshire. I am back in Iowa now, and I just want to talk quickly before tomorrow's show about the security clearances that Donald Trump just revoked from certain individuals, people like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden and all of his family members, Adam Kinzinger, Kamala Harris, Liz Cheney, former Biden cabinet officials like Jake Sullivan and Antony Blinken, Letitia James, Alvin Bragg. The list goes on and on and on for people who tried to lock President Trump up and throw away the key and or kill him. So those security clearances for those individuals have now been revoked. If you remember, he had already stopped security briefings, daily briefings to Joe Biden and others in the cabinet that were getting them still. And, people like Hillary Clinton was, because Bill Clinton gets them. He had already stopped the daily briefings, but now he's yanked the security clearances. He had already barred Letitia James and Alvin Bragg from going into any government buildings in New York City, in the Southern District of New York and other places. And now the security clearances have been completely revoked as of late last week. So what's next? Well, Steve Bannon was talking about this and others, and I was having a conversation about this with some people the other day. In order for these people to actually face accountability, a certain number of things needs to happen to bring them down to our level, down to a regular citizen level, before any investigations or even beyond that, any charges get filed. Remember what they did to Donald Trump in order to try to put him in jail. They tried to literally bring him down to, a civilian level with no money. They tried to take all of his money. They tried to change the law so they could create felonies and charge him with fake felonies and all this other stuff. There was a process in which they had to go to. Well, the same thing goes for these people. Now that the security clearances have been yanked, there's a few steps that they can do. And I just want to ramble these off real quick. Number one, revoke any and all government pensions that these people are getting, and do not allow them to be hired for any third-party contract or any governmental contract that even doesn't require a security clearance. Okay. Then formal investigations start. Then you impanel a grand jury. Then indictments come down. Then trials, and then incarceration. And we put these people where they belong. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that say it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But remember, there needs to be a process to get them down to the regular civilian level in order to really go after them. And that's what's happening.
Let's pause for a moment for a word on how you can better protect your retirement savings with Augusta Precious Metals. Gold has historically maintained value in times of inflation and market uncertainty. During certain economic shifts, some investors have considered gold as part of their retirement strategy. A gold IRA allows people to hold physical gold in their retirement accounts, which is something more retirees are exploring. With Augusta Precious Metals, it is an A+ rated company with the Better Business Bureau. Learn about how thousands of Americans are securing their retirement savings with Augusta Precious Metals. Want to learn more? There's a free guide linked below that explains everything you need to know about gold IRAs. Check out the free resource in the description. It breaks this down step by step. Be on your way to a more secure retirement with Augusta Precious Metals. All right, warriors, you got that. So a process. Now, you all have been commenting in the comment section of my videos and in live chats saying you're tired of hearing about it. You want something done. Arrest made now. Now we know why they are taking a long time, because things have to take place. You heard him, no daily briefings, revoke security clearances, prevent you from going into federal buildings, all of that has to be taken care of. And then no pensions, no third party or government contracts, investigations, indictments, trial, and imprisonment. These are the steps. So they have to be brought down to a regular citizen. So that's what we're seeing, step by step by step. And if you remember, I just did a video with how afraid and scared Letitia James, Attorney General of New York, was looking when she misquoted the Bible. At her eyes, if you look at her eyes, she is scared to death. Okay, this is going to happen. See, they tried to do it with President Donald J. Trump. They tried it, but see, they had to manufacture things and make up things. And what they don't see, the people on the left, I know y'all probably might get tired of me saying this, but I'm going to say it again. They sold out their souls. Allegedly, it's just my opinion. We're allowed to have an opinion because they're the anti-God party. And see, Donald Trump, for all his flaws, he is not anti-God. I've heard you guys say that you wrote, one of my subscribers, you said you wrote Graham, and he said that, yes, President Donald J. Trump gave his life to the Lord after that attempted assassination last year in Butler, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I've been praying that, and that is a noble thing to pray. That is nothing wrong with us wanting our leaders to be born again, hearing from God and obeying the Lord's voice. But we got to remember, Donald Trump didn't actually do anything. Everything was manufactured. But what they did, it's not manufactured. These people actually did these things. I mean, they misconstructed the law. They went past the statute of limitations. They got these corrupt judges, even did not have to have a jury in full agreement, just went all over the law, twisting and contorting it, just so they could be able to say he's a convicted 34-count felon. And we all know that is not true. But will it be true for the demon rats? Will it be true for them? Are they actually going to reap what they have sown? Is it actually going to come back around and get them? It looks like it is. The process has already started. We've got two things that have already been done. Stop the daily briefings, can't be in on those, and your security clearances have been revoked. So next is no federal buildings entrance, which I believe Letitia James has already experienced that. Okay. So that's the next step for all of them. No more entry into federal buildings. This gets wild and it is absolutely crazy. I am totally psyched about this. I totally believe it's going to happen. And I know that it's taking longer than we actually want, but good things come to those who wait. And yes, we've been waiting, maybe not as patiently as we should have been, but it's going to happen. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you never ever miss a video that I post. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.